In the United States, freedom of speech is arguably our most valuable, most important right. But in this, the year of our Lord, 2026, there's people that are being questioned and even arrested for posts that they're making on social media, and not posts that are inciting violence or inciting harm on others, but simply critiquing their local politicians and the decisions that are being made in their communities. Here's a story from a few months ago that Jimmy Dore did about a woman in Florida who was questioned by detectives for a Facebook post she made.
So this woman here, her name is Raquel Pacheco. She's a Miami Beach resident, veteran, and a repeat candidate who has been openly critical of Mayor Stephen Minor and of Israel. And guess what happened to her? Well,
You got the bits, right?
Yeah, I think so. So cops came to her house, and this is what happened.
We're going to make sure it's you. We're not sure.
Okay.
Okay, so is that your account?
I refuse to answer questions without my lawyer present, so I really don't know how to answer that question.
Okay, well, like I said, you're not
This
going
is
to
freedom
jail.
of speech. This is America, right?
And
Veteran.
I agree with you 100%.
Okay.
We're
All right.
just trying to see if it's you, and we're not talking to the right person. We want to go see who the right
Okay,
person
how
is.
can I help you?
So pretty much it's just a statement that was made as far as,
Verbatim, it says the guy who consistently calls for the death of all Palestinians, tried to shut down a theater for showing a movie that hurt his feelings, and refuses to stand up for the LGBTQ community in any way. Even leave the room when they vote and unrelated matters. Wants you to know that you're all welcome. Clown face, clown face, clown face.
So they're literally reading her Facebook post. Cops are at her house to talk to her about an insulting Facebook post. Hang on, there's more to this.
We do.
So you don't know if it was you?
I'm not going to answer whether that's me or not.
Okay.
The concerning part, and not concerning for the person who's posting it, well, we're just trying to prevent somebody else getting agitated or agreeing with the statement. We're not saying it's true or not.
Understood.
That guy who consistently calls for the death of all Palestinians, that can probably incite somebody to do something radical. That's all we're talking about.
God.
And we wanted to get your side of it. Was you that posted that? I would think to refrain from posting things like that, but that can get something concerning.
Yeah, we're here to intimidate you from posting things that are critical of Israel and the mayor. That's what we're here to do. We're here to intimidate you with my gun, with my police badge, and a special trip to your door to read to you your social media post back in your face and tell you better refrain from that.
Jimmy, shouldn't you have a mask on or something?
You should have something on.
I appreciate you coming out here.
Okay, that's it.
That is it. I'm going to maintain my amendment rights to not answer the question about whether that's, I hope that's understandable.
All right, we appreciate it.
Thank you as well.
Okay.
You as well. Thank you. Take care.
Two cops. Shouldn't they be out fighting crime, trying to make their city safer? Shouldn't they be
It's
trying
Florida.
to
You got nothing better to do?
So here, can I just say F you and F Israel? How about
No.
that? Can I say that?
Yeah.
And I can actually say that whenever I want. It's literally, it's my right to say that, because unlike the modern Ashkenazi state of Israel, we actually have a constitution in the United States, and you have the right to feel hurt by what I said, just like you have a right to go fuck yourself. How about that?
Now, here's a much more recent story from within the past couple weeks about a guy who was arrested for basically setting up a protest on Facebook in front of a state politician's house for his support of the data AI centers that he's trying to bring to their community, which anyone who knows about the data centers and the AI data centers, thanks to Oracle and Amazon and all these other companies, they're just a massive detriment to the local communities.
So U.S. law enforcement warns of anti-tech extremism. Extremism, Kurt.
Stop being extreme. Let me have your water.
Yeah. That's a lazy catch-all whore of a word. Extremism.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
So if you go off the narrative or you protest what they're doing, you're an extremist.
Why are you so extreme about not wanting to eat bugs and be bitten by mosquitoes that make you a vegetarian and not having any water or power?
Why are you so extreme? Why don't you want to live in a storage container in 15-minute city?
We should have no wars. Wow, a little extreme.
A little extreme. No wars?
Not like just one always humming in the background.
Why do I bring this up? Because they're now arresting people for protesting data centers. I told you this was coming.
What kind of cop are you if you enforce that? You are the biggest pig that ever lived, and you really should Omega.
I told you this was coming. I told you that that ICE police force was not for immigrants, nor were the prisons they built. Really? $80 billion a year for immigration? Are you kidding me?
When they could just turn the border off at any time, and they did?
Turns out they could just close the border like they're flipping a switch.
I'm not
all that
stuff.
stuff. So Trump's whole first term about we got to build a wall was all just bull. Because you don't need to build a wall. You can close the border just like that.
What was that donated money wall that Bannon was working on? What happened with any of that?
It all went away. So here are the cops showing up to a guy who he wasn't even protesting yet. He was organizing a protest on Facebook. And the cops show up. This is in Illinois.
This cop's eyes are a little too close together. I think we can see that.
So
he's a bright cop.
So let's look
at the IQ test.
Yeah.
Not bright.
So let's watch a little bit of this. Let's watch. This is him. And I'll give you the rest of the story after I show you this video.
This right here came by because I'm trying to organize a community protest against a representative who's trying to push in a data center owned by an out-of-state company, trying to suck up all our energy. I made a post. I made an event on Facebook trying to organize the community together. And what's your badge number? Name and badge number?
I detected that, son.
And name and badge number?
Sure. That's your
Okay. Yeah. No, I have a First Amendment right to protest. And if I organize a protest on a public road, There's nothing wrong with that. I sent an email to that representative, and I can show you the email. I never made a threat. I told him, no, this is my house, and I'm going to talk. You guys are on my property trying to intimidate me because I'm organizing a protest against a data center. Then why are you here?
Well, that's if you let me. Okay, so first off, do you want to talk about this?
Talk about what? There's nothing to talk about. I'm organizing a protest, and I'm allowed to do that. It's a First Amendment protected activity.
110%.
Yeah.
The issue is some of the communication, the Facebook posts. I would disagree that there's.
I haven't made a single threat. Tell me what threat I made.
Okay, well, you know what you posted.
No, give me a quote me. Quote a threat because I didn't make one. I'm organizing a protest on a public street demanding a representative.
Safety of his children.
Huh?
What about the safety of his children?
Someone else made a comment about the safety of his children.
You?
No.
You didn't?
No, what I said if he valued his children's safety, he probably wouldn't be trying to ruin the world that they're being brought up on. And that isn't a threat. That's the fact that I'm watching this man ruin the world around here. And yes, I'm allowed to say that if someone cares about their kids, they shouldn't destroy the community that their kids are being raised in. That's not a threat.
The problem is you didn't see that post.
Yes, I did.
You did not.
Pull it up. Pull it up and read it.
Look at it.
Pull it up and read it.
I've been doing this all afternoon.
Cool. Pull it up and read it.
Okay. So that's a concerning part is obviously, yes, you have the right to make an event, you have the right to hold a protest, everything else, right? Listen,
I never made a threat.
okay. Well, we disagree, and our state's attorney disagrees. Okay, so you're going to be charged today for a couple of offenses.
Seriously? I'm going to get charged for what?
For stalking and intimidation.
For stalking? When did I ever go to his house?
We'll explain it to you more. Okay, so you're going to be placed under arrest right now, okay? All right.
Okay,
So
let me-
conclude your live stream.
Wow.
What we need to stay here with.
So they know what they're
That's
doing.
over.
They know what they're doing is anti-American, and they know what they're doing is wrong.
Did you hear what he said? He goes, I've been dealing with this all day. Don't you got a real job to do, pig? Why
Right.
would you have time to worry about a tweet, you pig? Well, you know what? I have nothing against cops when they're doing the things I want cops to do. When they're doing UK-style crackdown on your tweets, you're a worthless pig, and I wish nothing good for you unless you straighten up and fly right and stop doing that.
Just a tip in the future: don't bring anybody's kids in anything, because then they can do crap like this.
Well, it won't hold up in court, but they can harass you. Because, by the
Yeah.
way, no, that would not ever be construed as a threat in court. There's no way that would be provable. They're just messing with that person because they have an order to do that. Because I'm guessing this state, like many others, is corrupt officials are paid off for this AI center bullshit,
But that-
which AI doesn't need. That's just the police here with.
It's like you're under arrest for what? Well, the politician's colon feels under a threat because you called him an asshole.
Hey, when these politicians, molest and eat their kids, don't you think that's a little more harmful than a tweet?
So that should be upsetting.
Yeah,
That should upset everybody. That cops are spending all day on someone's Facebook post because he's organizing a protest against a politician. This is against a politician.
Public figure.
What town is this? Was it Boss Hogg running for all this? What is going on?
This is Dixon, Illinois, which is a couple hours west of Chicago in Illinois.
Mm.
I'm sure I've done comedy there. So here's the story. Data center opponent arrested after police said he threatened a local official. A 400-acre plot of land is being pitched as a data center development opportunity. Harley Delander, that's that guy of Dixon, Illinois, a small city about 2 hours west of Chicago, was arrested on Wednesday outside his home after the local police department accused him of making threats against former state representative Tom Demmer. Demmer is now the head of a local business association that's trying to attract data center operator into the region.
Mm-hmm.
About 10 miles west of Dixon, a 387-acre plot of farmland is being pitched to potential operators as a prime data center development land by Lee County Industrial Development Association. Demmer, the former state representative, is the association's president. Delander posted a TikTok video of his encounter with local law enforcement on Thursday. It has garnered 250,000 views along with a slew of commenters who have thrown their support behind Dixon, the Dixon resident. The Dixon Police Department said on Thursday that Delander was charged with 2 felonies, intimidation and stalking, after it received information about his communication with the former lawmaker. The department alleged that Delander knowingly and willfully communicated threats and engaged in a course of conduct that caused concern for the safety of Demmer and his family. Wow. So in an interview with Business Insider, Delander said he started organizing a protest on Facebook on Wednesday that would take place near Demmer's house using an address he found on the internet. He also said he sent an email to the former representative asking him to recuse himself from his position, along with the wording, "If you know what's good for you and your family."
Well, he said, I don't remember the cop saying he said that. Is that what he said?
That's what it says. But he said, if you know what's good for you and your family, you'd be against this. That's his point.
Right.
I
if you know what's good for you is like a cliche thing, I would say. I was a very stupid way to word it. If that's how he worded it, that's very stupid.
It was a stupid way to word it. He said, what I meant by that was
So, I mean, you could argue that I guess that was somewhat threatening of a way of wording it, but I mean, regardless, I don't know if police should be showing up and arresting someone for that if it was in an email, especially it wasn't even part of a social media post.
Since prior to that, I said, your address is public information, and I can protest in front of your house all day and night until you gain humanity and this data center.
Well, that's optimistic.
He said that he was arrested about 12 hours later at his house. We'll be carefully evaluating the important First Amendment issues that stem from a case of this nature. James Mertes, the Sterling-based civil attorney who was representing Delander, told Business Insider. Cases involving data center opposition are going to be more prevalent as more and more data centers prop up, you think?
Like Kurt Metzger pointed out in that last clip, there had been UK crackdowns on social media posts that I'd seen videos of, I guess, last year, towards the end of last year. But now it's making its way here. If you criticize government or politicians at a federal level, you're just ignored or called a conspiracy theorist. And now it appears if you do it for your local government and politicians, you risk being arrested. And who knows how long that'll last until um, becomes some sort of federal Gestapo that starts arresting people for social media posts. People need to be aware and understand that our rights, our most important rights, freedom of speech, freedom of protest, are starting to come under attack. And it's only a matter of time before, I don't know, before there's a breaking point. So hopefully I don't get arrested for this.